Protect your car with 3W Liners all-weather floor mats. Made from durable materials like TPE and rubber, our mats are designed to withstand rain, snow, and mud with deep grooves to trap dirt and liquids. For a custom fit and advanced protection, visit 3W Liners. That's the number 3, WLINERS.com today. At Acasis, innovation drives us. Since 2008, we've been creating cutting-edge technology products that make your life easier. With a focus on performance, design, and customer service, we're here to help you work smarter, not harder. Join us on our journey to simplify your world. Visit Acasis.com today. That's ACASIS.com today.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com. Unlock a world of convenience with Mully Box, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. From gourmet snacks to unique finds, each box is tailored to your tastes. Experience the joy of surprises. Subscribe today at mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com. We are Rogue Media Sports.
Hello there, and welcome into another episode of The Cam Show on Rogue Media Sports Network. I'm your host, Cam Stewart. Zach Burke keeps us on the air. We are here live every weekday, high noon Eastern time, live on YouTube, and then wherever you get your podcasts. Today, it's time to start asking who really is making the decisions in Foxboro for this New England Patriots team, because Eliot Wolf sure as heck doesn't sound like he's the guy in charge. Plus, big time move for the Red Sox. And I mean big time move. They have got their ace. They had him, but now they have him for a long time. This was a great move for the Red Sox, and it certainly shows the sign of intent that they have for a decade to come. Plus, some good coaching news and some bad coaching news in the Boston sports realm. Bill Parcells going into the Patriots Hall of Fame, and Jim Montgomery is going to be coaching in the playoffs this year. Of course, not for the Boston Bruins. How about that? All that and more coming up on this episode of The Cam Show. But most importantly is where we start. It's April. It's the month of the NFL draft, and we don't really know who is making the final call for the New England Patriots. We don't know who is deciding who they're going to pick, where they're going to play, who has the final say on player personnel. We don't know. On paper, it's Eliot Wolf. He's technically the general manager of the New England Patriots. Then Mike Vrabel comes in here. He had a whole lot of sway in Tennessee, and he's clearly the alpha in that room. Maybe he's making the decisions. Oh, also, he brings in his guy, Ryan Cowden, who was his player personnel guy in Tennessee. Maybe they're making the decisions, and they're the brain trust. But then the Patriots assure us, no, it's Eliot Wolf. Trust us. Well, the first thing was we hadn't heard from Eliot Wolf really at all as Patriots GM. He's been like J.D. Salinger. You can't get a hold of the guy. No one, you barely know what he looks like, let alone what he sounds like. And clearly, this week, there's been a concerted effort from the Kraft family to put Eliot Wolf in front of the camera. Let's have him out there. He talked with Kay Adams on her NFL Network show this morning. He talked one-on-one with Mike Felger yesterday. Of course, Felger talked to Mike Vrabel as well. And I would say we're not any closer to knowing who makes the decisions, but unfortunately for the Patriots and their PR, I think we do know who's making the decisions with the New England Patriots. Because when he was pressed about it yesterday, it was, hey, what's this relationship like? It's got to be awkward. And Eliot Wolf did not do anything to prove to us that it's not awkward and that there's not a ton of question marks.
Is it awkward at all? Because you still have the title. You still have the say. New coach is in town. He's going to have to get what he wants, but you still have the final say. Has that been awkward at all?
No, it hasn't been. And
how could it not be awkward?
And I'm sure it will be at some point. But we've seen things. It's not like we agree on every little thing, but the disagreements that we've had have been productive, and they've resulted in some good dialogue. And I think if you get a staff together where everyone agrees on everything, it doesn't necessarily like that. That's not productive either. So I think as long as we keep the important thing, and that's winning football games, it's gonna go well.
So I have to say some of the things to you that I'd say when you're not here, or else people will kill me, and it's only fair. But when Vrabel got the job, I said if you were here, it would be to turn off the lights, retrieve the faxes, and pick up guys from the airport. Okay. It's more than that?
Yeah, I certainly hope so. I mean, I don't even know where the fax machine is if we have one. No, it's been good. We've all been working together, and I think our free agency class, again, no one's trying to win in March, but the amount of needs that we had, we feel like we filled some of those and made the team better. So I think we're just heading in the right direction.
Who is this guy? No wonder he was not in front of a microphone or a camera for a year. Is there a less charismatic person in all of the NFL than Eliot Wolf? The son of a famous GM, and that's really his claim to fame as he takes over the GM of the New England Patriots. Like, what was that? There was nothing in there that had any kind of conviction of, you know what, I'm making the decisions. Or even, you know what, Mike and I have a really great relationship. We get at each other sometimes. I mean, he essentially says that, but he's like, yeah, I mean, it's you have to disagree a little bit. Like that, it exudes zero confidence in this team, in this organization. So why is he even up there doing this? Why is this the Kraft family grand plan to put this guy out there in front of the cameras and the most popular Boston sports talk show, Felger and Maz? And if he's going to sound like that, I mean, golly, man, that does not sound like the guy in charge, does it to you? I can give you 15 sports talk radio hosts who would talk for 5 minutes that I would rather have as the Patriots GM based on that than Eliot Wolf. Like, what was that? And it gets even worse because the question isn't about his charisma. He clearly doesn't have any, right? The question is about the player personnel and who's making the call, and especially for this number 4 overall pick in the draft. It's one of the most important draft picks in New England Patriots history, outside of last year and maybe the Mac Jones pick. I mean, you're talking about the most important since, Drew Bledsoe, number 1 overall in 93. So it's in the top 5 of the last 30 years. And you kind of have some good things going in terms of you like the coach. You've got the good young quarterback. You've got an all-pro that you drafted in the first round 2 years ago on the defensive side. You've made a lot of moves on the defensive side. Maybe you're all set there. Maybe you want to, finally get some weapons for Drake May. The bottom line is this first-round pick, this premium top 5 pick, could be hugely influential for the Patriots franchise for next year, for the next 5 years, and hopefully for the next 10 years. Hopefully in a good sense. For the next 10 years. This is one of the most important picks in Patriots history. And here we are, the month of the draft here, 4 weeks away. And Lord only knows who's making that pick. Because when Eliot Wolf sat down with the incomparable Kay Adams, he doesn't have the greatest answer in the world.
What's sexier? Stephon Diggs with Travis Hunter or Christian Gonzalez with Travis Hunter?
That's a great question. And I think, if he's available, which is a huge question mark, that'll be up to the coaching staff to determine, where he's going to fit in and also if we would even pick him.
So Eliot's not making the pick. He just said it. The coaching staff's making the pick, right? We like him, but it's all about what the coaching staff says. And this is the problem with the Patriots organization of the last 2-3 years here. The real crux of the problem, other than they don't have any friggin' talent. Okay? I understand, Eliot, when Kay Adams is looking you in the eyes and is, just a couple of feet away from you and asks what's sexier, there's a lot going on in your mind, okay? There is a bevy of questions and answers that are going through your mind when literally one of the sexiest people on TV asks you what's sexier and gives you seconds to respond. I get that. That's tough. I've personally never been in that kind of situation, but that is tough, okay? I've dreamt about it, and those are tough dreams. And again, we talk about the importance of this pick, and the problem with this organization, specifically the last 2 years, is who is in charge. Because going back to that Felger clip, when he says we're in the honeymoon phase there, that sounds a lot like what he said at this time last year about Gerard Mayo. And Gerard Mayo was done after one abysmal year. And to be quite fair to him, I don't think this front office set up Gerard Mayo to succeed. Looking back at that, you remember in training camp, they asked Gerard every day, what's Drake May's development like? When is Drake May going to be the starter? And he would continue to say, that's not my call. Remember that? That's Alex Van Pelt's call. And everyone who follows the NFL with any kind of casualty says, wait, really? Because in my NFL, it's not. In the NFL that we see everywhere, in the other 31 markets, it's not. It's the head coach who decides who the quarterback is going to be. The offensive coordinator is going to help them. They're going to call the plays most of the time. But the head coach decides who that's going to be. And in just about every other sport and most football teams, when you come to draft time, the general manager is the one who is making that pick and deciding on who that's going to be. But once again, not with the Patriots. Maybe that is the Patriot way now, where the OC picks who the starting quarterback is. And the head coach, who is not a GM, because that is the case in a lot of other markets, the head coach who is not the GM, who brought in his own player personnel guy, they're going to be the ones making the pick. Like, doesn't that sound a little weird coming off the tongue from Eliot Wolf? Obviously, the coaches are going to look at what position he's better at. Travis Hunter, I mean. But they're also going to make the pick. This is bad. Like, this is not a good situation for the Patriots, which we've said about pretty much every situation they've been in the last 2 years. It's just, this is the biggest drop off from the Patriot way that we saw back in the Belichick days, which was not that long ago, right? Good, bad, or indifferent, however the team was, you knew who was in charge. You knew where the buck stopped. And now it's anyone's friggin' guess. Eliot Wolf, Mike Vrabel, Ryan Cowden, Robert Kraft, Jonathan Kraft, Jelani Tavai. Who the fuck knows? Who knows who's making the decisions? I don't know, man. It's not a good look for this team. It's not a good look for the entire organization. It's not a good look for Boston sports. And to just hear this continue to go, who's making the decisions? Shit if I know. But putting him out in front of the cameras and behind a microphone was not a good idea. And so me sitting here the last year saying, why haven't we heard from this guy? We don't even know what his voice sounds like. I'm willing to take that back, or at least understand why the Patriots didn't put him out there, because this was not great. This was not great at all. And it reinforces the idea, the rumor, that Eliot Wolf could well be gone by the time the draft is over. And again, NFL teams do that. I don't really understand it, but they say it's because this guy's been scouting. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'd rather have the alpha Mike Vrabel making the calls rather than the nepo baby who can't tell us who's in charge. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe. Only about 10% of you that watch the videos are actually subscribed. We're bringing you nothing but Boston sports content 5 days a week. And we're doing it live on YouTube every weekday, high noon Eastern time, and then wherever you get your podcast. Check out the other videos on the channel. I'm Cam Stewart. Zach Burke keeps us on the air every weekday. Before we head into break, I do want to address something. And maybe I should have included this in the kind of tag at the end there, because this could get some more people to watch this week. And I will call for Zach's comments in a minute here. But we've got a comment on the channel. Someone who may or may not work at the network as well. But someone suggests, I think Cam should not eat until Rafi Devers gets a hit. He may get a hit soon, so not eating food is just extreme enough to make things interesting. That's Zach. Can we get a verdict here? Because I got my brain moving here.
Is this something?
Granted, they do have an off day today. So should I only do it on game days, or should this be even more extreme?
So this was something that was brought up. Obviously,
I'm gonna get high tonight. That'd be really tough to not eat.
That we talked about. I'm gonna switch so I make sure I'm not echoing back to you. But I think personally, I would only do it on days that they played. But I mean, you're your own man.
It could be over tomorrow.
That's true. It could be over tomorrow, and then like you really didn't do anything because you didn't eat until they played, that day.
But if it's not over tomorrow, that would be fucking brutal.
That's true.
That would be so brutal.
Well,
and by the way, there's
extra
wrinkle to this. Extra wrinkle while you look at the schedule. What if I do this and start today? And yeah, exactly. And start today. And Rafi Devers does not get a hit until Friday, because I will be at the Cubs game Friday afternoon, which is around the same time that the Red Sox are playing their home opener. Like, Can I make it all the way? Can I make it that far?
I was gonna say, is that the thing? Are you gonna be at the Cubs game, then just like watching your phone, like waiting for him to get a hit before you go by?
I'll be looking at the box score the whole time. I literally won't even fucking be enjoying Wrigley Field on opening day because I'll be doing that. I'll be obsessed with that.
So they have, man. I was hoping that it would give me probable matchups. Why don't they do that anymore? Oh, fuck you, MLB. So 2 against the Orioles.
Oh yeah.
And then the Cardinals this weekend.
And you're rolling with the aces the next 2 days.
That's what I'm trying to see.
You flipped your rotations. You're getting 1 and 2 the next 2 days. Oh man.
So who is that for the Orioles then? I pay attention more to. Here we go.
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
You get Zach Eflin.
Yeah.
And Charlie Morton.
The Red Sox killed Charlie Morton.
But does Rafi?
I don't know. Can you stat use this?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now.
Okay.
I'm going to look up his.
I'd like Eflin and Morton while you're at it, and I'll talk while you can.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking I could start it at like midnight tonight. That gives me a night to eat a meal, and then I got to find out what is going to kind of keep me going. I've never done a hunger strike.
Mm-hmm. How long do you think you could last?
I mean, a day would be pretty big. Like,
here's the thing. I'm going to look this up too. I can give you all the way through Friday. I can give you the next 3 games.
Okay.
I have no
Does
clue
does this exclude shakes?
Yeah, I think it would be
like it
all
would, wouldn't
food,
it?
right?
Yeah. Even though I'm drinking it.
Yeah, because it would still be
nutrients.
Yeah, hold on. I don't know if I don't know if he's ever gone against. Interesting.
Oh, great. Because you know what the caveat is to any of these numbers you're about to say is that
no, he has. Okay.
He's on his worst stretch of his career. Right?
Oh, okay.
So it's not even all things created equal. But what do we have?
Against Eflin, this is from I think this is Baseball Reference on this one. So 16 total at bats, 6 hits.
Okay, all right.
3 doubles.
All right.
2 homers, 3 RBIs, 375. Small sample size. Okay. Here's what I'll tell you. This is from a guy. I used to play a lot of daily fantasy baseball, right?
Mm-hmm.
So daily fantasy, some certain tips, if you wanted to, at least back in the day, is you wanted to focus. There's a lot of correlation in baseball, right? If a team gets hot, usually it's not just one hitter, it's the guys relative in the lineup. So you do better with hitters like 2 through 5, 3 through 6. You want to group them together. Also, guys at the top of the lineup see more at bats than guys at the bottom of the lineup, things like that. So I say all to say is you do sometimes look at like hitter versus pitcher stats, like, oh, how good does he do? But 16 at bats is still a very small sample size. Usually things like that, when you're like, oh, like, Miggy crushed Justin Verlander, or I don't know who I'm thinking of. Who Miggy crushes a lot of people, but still, there's some of those.
You're talking
guys,
about someone like in a division for
where he's faced them like 200 times, and then still, but in that
Ortiz
16 times
versus Sabathia,
that's good for Eflin. Now against Charlie Morton, 34 at bats, a little bit bigger of a sample size.
Good sample size. A lot of postseason at bats.
2 doubles.
That's what, 240?
Yeah,
230?
235, 5 ribbies. And then
productive.
And then on Friday, they get the Cardinals and Eric Fetty.
I'll bet he rakes against Eric Fetty. I'll bet he is
2 at bats against Eric Fetty.
What is it?
2 for 2 with the Ribby.
All right. I'm gonna have some chicken fingers at Wrigley on Friday.
By Friday, he's gonna get right with Fetty.
All right. The other thing too is, all right, they have an off day today, right? Yeah. We've already established that.
I don't think you do today. I think you do it starting tomorrow.
Well, there's a good chance they might just give him another off day tomorrow. What if they just say, "Hey, get your head right, pal"? I think. Well, can you look up how when does it become dangerous?
You gonna eat or not? We're talking about Pete's asking if you're gonna eat or not. How long you can go without? Okay.
I think it's like 6 days. Which at this point, I'd be on death's door. They started. If I started at the beginning of the season, they started the season on Thursday.
I think that we do it as long as you. Okay, while the body can survive for a significant period without food, typically between 1 to 2 months. I don't feel like I need to read the rest. We just stop there, right?
1 to 2 months.
It does say with adequate hydration. So if you keep drinking,
that's the thing. I got to keep.
You're going to become super malnourished.
I've aimed to lose some weight here, so this might not be the worst thing in the world.
We can survive without food for about 70 days. That's according to McGill University. That's in Canada. It's a Canadian university.
French Canadian too.
Pete says it's a great school. Do you know what their mascot is?
It's the Pete? Harvard of the. Don't tell me. McGill is. Oh no, I'm thinking of Simon Fraser, which is out in Vancouver. That's the Klansman, which
I actually have it. They have 2 mascots. Why do they have 2 mascots?
It's where the first hockey game is played, McGill.
They have one for men's and women's.
Oh, what is it? I don't know.
The Redbirds and the Martlets.
The Martlets.
Martlets is a different kind of bird. So it's 2 different birds.
Gotcha.
The men can be one kind of bird, and the women have to be a different kind of bird.
Is SFA still the Lumberjills? Like the Lumberjacks and the Lumberjills?
I
think that's hilarious.
It is.
I think that's absolutely hilarious.
It is, but back to it. So
yes, back to the issue at hand.
Here's the thing, looking at history.
I also don't have health insurance at the moment. I don't know how that factors in.
That factors in a lot. I think not having insurance, that could be bad. But so he does well against who do they have? It's not Morton, even though the team works against Morton. Yeah, he does decent against Eflin.
Yeah.
He does okay against Morton, and then he rakes against Fetty.
What irony this would be. What irony this would be if I'm going on a hunger strike for days because Raffy can't hit because he's fat as shit, because he's out of shape playing fucking baseball.
We don't talk about that. We talk now. Only Papelbon brings that up. That's it.
And then he wasn't on the post-game show yesterday, Papelbon. I wonder why that is. I wonder if the same owners, the people that own the Red Sox also own the network. I wonder.
I didn't say anything yesterday, but I do always find it a little bit just humorous to me. Like, even right or wrong, spending the whole offseason making a deal about how somebody else is going to play third and you thought you were always going to be there and making a big hubbub about it and being a big, deal this offseason and then starting the season the way you do. Like, that's the thing. Being like that, you have to come out on your fucking game.
Yes.
And that is not what has happened.
Someone's like, we should just throw him back out at third so we can make a couple errors and get in the right headspace. Like, to bitch that much in the off season and then do this is going to drive me to a goddamn hunger strike.
Are you going to do it? Do it.
I think I have to do it, man. Yes. I think I have to do it. And I guess I'll have to do some sort of video journal entries every couple hours.
Can you hold up a paper as like a proof of life when you do it? So
get some newspapers. Oh my God. So I guess after dinner tonight.
What is it, an afternoon game or a night game tomorrow?
I think it's a night game, which means they'll probably have an afternoon game on Thursday.
Yeah, 6:35, so 5:35 Central, and then noon.
I think they'll give it to you in Central Time. I think it's 6:35 Central.
Oh,
although I could be wrong.
MLB EDT on the
okay. So 5:30.
So 5:30 and then noon on Wednesday and Thursday, or 12:05.
Thursday.
Yeah,
and Friday's also an afternoon game.
Oh, yeah, because it's the home opener. Yeah. So it's Saturday. Okay. Well, the good news is you'll at least be able to know pretty early if you can have dinner or not.
If he gets his first hit, his first at bat Saturday, you're probably still alive.
I'll just watch it. If he goes hitless on Saturday, I'll try to call a hospital near you on Sunday.
Oh my God, that means I can't have any beer either. That would be a fucking time bomb, dude.
You don't want to
imagine like tomorrow. Imagine like tomorrow night, or Thursday night. I'm having a beer after not eating anything for 2 whole days. That would be kind of cool. I mean, that'd be close to like taking meth or something.
Well, so that's the thing. Hear me out. And I know obviously you might get the munchies in when you do it, but imagine getting stoned without eating anything for a while too.
That's the big ticket here.
So maybe that's the thing is you wait, and then when that beautiful SOB finally gets a hit, then it just shows, But then how do you feel when he ends up going like 1 for, 42?
Won't be as hungry.
I
don't give a shit.
And I'll end it with this because I know you got
maybe this will be good, by the way. This will be good for my mental state. Because then, if he does go 1 for 42, I'm looking at the bright side that I can eat food.
There you go.
I learned on 1,000 Ways to Die, though, you can't starve yourself for a while and then eat a bunch of food right away.
That's true.
That's like being dehydrated. You can't just chug water.
That my grandpa used to love to watch that show.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I did. Okay.
Great show.
There you go.
It wasn't, but it was on all the
time watching Mansers with your grandpa.
Oh, my God.
All right, I'm going to leave you.
All right, let's make it official here, Zach. Let's make it official. Starting after dinner tonight, whenever that is, probably roughly
all day today. They don't
probably roughly 8 p.m. Central Time. I will not eat a goddamn thing until Rafi Devers gets a hit. I will not have a protein shake.
Yes.
I will not have dog food.
After dinner today, I'll mute myself. You keep talking.
After dinner tonight, the hunger strike begins. The first hunger strike I've ever been on voluntarily until Rafi Devers gets a hit in a Major League Baseball game for the Boston Red Sox.
This is awesome.
Would you like to comment real quick?
I mean, can you open me up?
Yeah. I have you.
Yeah.
Audio wise.
Yeah. Hey, Cam, I'm really looking forward to this challenge. And I'll be checking in on you. And I honestly don't care if this is like a physical issue or I want to see you take this all the way to the finish line and handle it seriously. I think we can go national.
I mean, if he doesn't get a fucking hit until like Friday or Saturday, it could be national.
He says,
I'll be dying. I'll literally be dying.
Because he could be dying.
Yes.
Oh my God. I gotta tell Grace to cook up something good tonight.
All
this
right.
last meal stuff. This death row meal. Oh my God. Okay. It's official. It'll be documented here on the Cam Show. I'll tell you that much. After dinner tonight, which I will literally be starving by the time we get on the show tomorrow.
Your rants are going to be so angry.
Oh my God. I might pass out like with that level of like rant while with no food in my system. Like
maybe I need to have my phone on me with like just watching you to be like, oh, he's starting to, do I need to call? Do I need to have somebody go check on Cam?
All right.
Man, I'm going to be pulling for a Rafi hit.
This is going to happen. Hunger strike starts tonight. Ball's in your court, Rafi. Until Rafi Devers gets a hit in this Major League Baseball season for the Boston Red Sox, I'm going hungry. And we'll still be here live every weekday, high noon Eastern time on YouTube and then wherever you get your podcasts. Coming up, the Red Sox did a great thing yesterday that didn't include Rafi Devers getting a hit. I'll tell you one guy who's not going to be hungry, Garrett Crochet. Why that was a great move, coming up next on The Cam Show.
Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internex. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internex.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today. Elevate your experience with Grenco Science, the leaders in cutting-edge vaporizers. Whether you're at home or on the go, our sleek, powerful devices deliver smooth, consistent hits every time. Quality you can trust, innovation you can feel. Grenco Science. Take your vapor game to the next level. Visit us at GrencoScience.com. At Terrapin Ridge Farms, they believe in the joy of effortless entertaining. Inspired by CEO Mary O'Donnell's mom and her legendary holiday parties, they've crafted a line of gourmet foods that turn any meal into a celebration. From savory jams to mustards, aiolis, and more, their products are made with love, bringing unforgettable flavors to your table. Whether it's a casual get-together or a special occasion, they make it easy to impress. Terrapin Ridge Farms, where great food and great memories come together. Visit them at terrapinridge.com. Terrapin Ridge.
Do you ever have a story that you just can't get out of your head?
One that you play the details of over and over with your friends?
Well, you've come to the right place. I'm Claire.
And I'm Susan.
And this is Justice Pending,
a weekly true crime podcast where we discuss tantalizing crimes with more questions than answers.
Thanks for joining us.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Combine that with OrganicHemp.com's top quality CBD for ultimate balance. Start your healing journey today at GlobalHealing.com and OrganicHemp.com.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
It all began with a simple idea, cutting handles off old ski sticks to create better pull-up bars. This sparked the creation of the revolutionary Engels 90 handles. After testing over 70 prototypes with 300 athletes, our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Ready to bring your vision to life? At Small Rig, every idea, design, and product is inspired by you, the creator. With our industry-first under co-design mode and the Dream Rig free customization project, we unite with global creators to turn big dreams into reality. Whether it's a cage rig or mount, Small Rig's versatile gear is built to elevate your craft. Small Rig, where your creativity meets our innovation. Go to smallrig.com.
Unlock a world of convenience with Mully Box, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. Each box is tailored to your taste. Experience the joy of surprises. Subscribe today at mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com.
It's the Cam Show. Rogue Media Sports Network. I'm already regretting it a little bit. I'm already feeling hungry. I mean, I could eat today, but tomorrow is a brand new frontier, man. Starting. I mean, late night tonight. Not eating anything until Rafi Devers gets a hit. It is the Cam Show's hunger strike, which I've never done. Never tried to pull it off. Never tried to get out of school with a hunger strike. Nothing like that. Some would argue I'm not liberal enough for it. I don't know. I'm not passionate enough for it. Well, what better way to do it than waiting till Rafi Devers gets his first hit after starting 0 for a billion with a billion strikeouts? Can't wait. Can't wait. Would love it if he could put the ball in play. Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know. I think I should be able to have a smoothie if he gets a walk. Something. But no, that's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. We're doing a hunger strike until Rafi Devers gets a hit. Anyway, we got to move on. We got to talk about something else. I'll tell you one guy who won't be hungry for the Red Sox, and that is Garrett Crochet. Whew! They make the extension. 6 years, $170 million. But Cam, wait! It was after opening day. They are not supposed to do that. Remember, the Red Sox have long said they don't negotiate in season, and Garrett Crochet said, I'm not doing it after opening day. But lo and behold, it happens again. It happened with Xander Bogaerts. It happened with Alex Cora. It happens all the time. They say they don't do it, and then they do it. 6 years, $170 million, and I'm telling you, this can be a great move for the Red Sox. Now, a couple days ago, I said on this show, I wouldn't mind the Red Sox waiting the entire season. And there's a ton of risk in that. But I was like, look, you know, when you're about to pay a guy going into his prime, like let's play it out. He plays out the whole season. he wins 16 games. He's the true ace of your staff. He pitches the whole year, and then you're going to have to pay him market value. Like that's the kind of price you are going to have to pay for an ace going into his age 26 season anyway. And that would go and show that you are really committed to this. But on the other hand, you already gave up 3 big-time prospects for him. One of them is crushing it in AAA right now. Kyle Teal in Charlotte in the first weekend of the season. He'll be up with the White Sox rather soon. So you did give up a pretty big premium to bring Garrett Crochet in here. So why wouldn't you make that commitment soon? And they do. And if you do have an ace, which I tend to think you do, you're getting him below market value. That's like 28 million a year. It's roughly the same that you got or that the Yankees got for Max Fried, right? So it's well under, the Zach Wheelers of getting, whatever, 42 million a year. It's well under that, or the Burns and the Snells and that kind of thing. But I thought this guy Gordo on Twitter put it the best. He said, if the choices were, because these were pretty close to choices, trade the prospects and pay Garrett Crochet somewhere between 140 and 170 million for ages 25 to 32, or pay Max Fried 218 million for ages 31 to 38. I think we know which one we would go with, right? Again, pretty much the same AAV, and the Yankees had to forfeit some picks, by the way. But I would take option 1, especially with the farm system that the Red Sox have. Loved Kyle Teal. Was kind of bummed to see him go. But you've got 3 other big-time position player prospects that are about to come up. And this is, again, a sign of intent from the Red Sox that we are going to do this. We're not really doing this in the way that the fans love, which I'm part of that fan base that didn't love it, that they didn't go out and get a single big-time free agent pitcher. Like, that's what the Red Sox can be doing. But what they have shown you is we are willing to spend the money on the right guys, and we're committing to long-term success with this team. And usually when you hear something like that, it means they're tanking. And they're not. They should still be a good team this year. And with Theo back in the mix, you've started to see these long-term commitments. And is it the Braves model? Absolutely it is, right? And we've talked about the Braves. Some of them hit, some of them miss. Some of them we're still trying to figure it out. With the Red Sox, Cedar Rafaela should be a big part of your team going forward. Brian Bayo should be, but the jury's still pretty much out. I mean, jury's out on Rafaela as well. But essentially, that's what you've done with Crochet. You have 2 more years of team control with him. You've foregone that. He's a guy you traded for, but essentially he's like a guy that, he's essentially a farmhand. He's 25. He's not in his prime yet. And you have locked him up for the next, 6 years after next year. That's a fantastic deal. You're going to get all of his prime. And if he's not the workhorse ace pitcher that you're hoping he is, just in terms of like how his arm's going to hold up, then that sucks. But that's the game you play. When you went out and traded for Garrett Crochet, you weren't looking to trade for him for 2 years. You were looking to get 7 or 8 years out of him. And now you've got that on the books. And you've got it, I would say, below market value for what he should be. Because if this guy is an ace and he shoves and he pitches as well as he did last year when he was an all-star for the worst team in the history of the league, if he can be that for you, and he's entering age 26, and he went to the open market, or 27, I guess, when he would have hit the open market, he would have made $40 million a year. Instead, you're going to give him 28. And he's probably not going to have another contract as big as, or anywhere near this after age 32. But if he does, you've got the inside track. He's been with you forever. So I think it's a great move by the Red Sox. I wouldn't have minded if they put their balls on the table and said, no, give us a full season. But by that same token, you've already put a ton in there with the prospects that you traded. So I'm in on Garrett Crochet for the next 6-7 years. There's some opt-outs in there. You could go to market at age 30 or so. But to me, that is a big-time steal. I think it's going to be a steal for the Red Sox. It's great for Crochet in some respects. And it's also great for the Red Sox and that Theo model. The Braves model, yes, they're doing that too. But the Theo model, the FSG model that they've done for years, they won't pay a pitcher over 30. They've done it twice. One was pretty good. One was pretty bad. They went out and traded for Curt Schilling and extended him well after age 30. I mean, he was like 36, man. He was wicked old. And Chris Sale, they extended after age 30 in the 2019 season. And that was not good. It's one of the worst contracts in recent memory for the Red Sox. Now they get a guy well before age 30. Win. He's on the mound tomorrow, and they really talk about a pressure-packed start, your second start with the Red Sox, because they really need a win. They need him to give them like 6 shutout innings tomorrow against the Orioles. And he's also got a whole lot fatter paychecks coming. The shoving needs to start soon. He needs to be an ace this year, I think, for Red Sox fans. And some more stuff needs to go right for the Red Sox. Let's just say that. Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments below. I think it's a great deal for the Red Sox. I think he is going to be your ace for years to come. And we'll see how they attack the rest of that rotation after this year. Whether Tanner Houck and Brian Bayo are guys for the future. And if not, who are they going after? Let me know what you think in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe. About 90% of you watching are not subscribed to the channel. Why not? We're bringing you nothing but Boston sports content 5 days a week. Check out the other videos on the channel talking about all the Boston sports teams. I'm your host, Cam Stewart. Zach Burke keeps this on the air live every weekday on YouTube, high noon Eastern time, and then wherever you get your podcasts. Big day for a former Patriots coach and a big day for the owner to swallow his pride a little bit. Bill Parcells is going into the Patriots Hall of Fame. We'll tell you why that is long overdue next on The Cam Show.
Dive into adventure with Scuba.com, your ultimate destination for top-tier scuba and snorkeling gear. With over 20 years of experience, our expert staff, who've dived everywhere from the Galapagos to the Maldives, provides personalized advice to help you find the perfect gear for any underwater journey. Shop leading brands like GoPro, Aqualung, and Scuba Pro. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, trust Scuba.com for the best in diving equipment and expert guidance. Explore now at Scuba.com. That's SCUBA.com. Scuba.com. BizChair.com, your one-stop shop for premium commercial furniture that blends quality with affordability. From ergonomic office chairs to durable restaurant seating, we cater to diverse industries including corporate, medical, hospitality, and education. With over 20 years of experience, we offer fast shipping, exceptional customer support, and furniture solutions that stand up to high-traffic environment. Elevate your space with BizChair's vast selection of stylish, reliable, and cost-effective furniture. Visit us today at BizChair.com to transform your business. Level up your game with Corsair, the global leader in high-performance gear for gamers, content creators, and PC enthusiasts. From award-winning PC components to premium streaming equipment, smart lighting, and esports coaching services, Corsair delivers an ecosystem designed for peak performance. Whether you're a casual gamer or a pro, alleviate your setup with Corsair. Shop now at Corsair.com. That's Corsair.com. Corsair. At Mitzi, we believe the right light can transform any space. Born from a third-generation lighting family, we craft beautifully designed, premium lighting that's made to be affordable. Inspired by Grandma Mitzi's eclectic style, we're on a mission to make high-quality lighting accessible to all. Whether you're updating your space or adding a unique fixture, Mitzi has the perfect design for you. Beautiful, well-made lighting without the high price tag. Discover your perfect light at Mitzi.com. That's MITZI.com. Mitzi. Founded in 1910, Samsonite is the world leader in durable, high-quality luggage and travel accessories. Made to the highest standards, our products won't let you down. We give you the confidence to get out there and explore. Inspired by the past, devoted to the present, and built to inspire a multi-generational future, Samsonite is here to elevate your journey. Travel with Samsonite and pack confidence every step of the way. Shop now at shop.samsonite.com. Samsonite. The grinder mentality that Randy and Brent Habert built into 44 Pro runs deep within our team. Every member shares a passion for the craft, the game, and most importantly, the player. When you step onto the field with a 44 Pro custom glove, you'll feel the difference. It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro. At Angel Bliss, we believe every parent's journey is a beautiful adventure. Our mission is to make it joyful and stress-free with thoughtful, safe, and innovative products. Born from a love for family, we promise peace of mind for parents and comfort for babies. From playtime to bedtime, every Angel Bliss product is designed with care, reliability, and a style to nurture the special bond between parent and child. Angel Bliss, creating happy memories, one baby at a time. Visit us at angelbliss.us. Angel Bliss. Golf Partner, the world's largest golf store network, offers more purchasing opportunities than anywhere else. With a dominant market share and a wider selection of quality secondhand golf clubs than our competitors, we make it easy for you to enjoy the game with affordable, top-quality equipment. Join us at golfpartnerusa.com and discover why we're the trusted choice for golf lovers worldwide. That's golfpartnerusa.com. Golf Partner.
Since 2003, Bluehost has been empowering people to harness their brands online with innovative web hosting solutions. Trusted by over 2 million users, we're the longest-running WordPress.org recommended host. With Bluehost, you get a safer, better web experience, supported by the world's most popular site builder, and backed by our commitment to open source projects. Visit Bluehost.com today and take your website to the next level.
Welcome back to the Cam Show, Rogue Media Sports Network. We've already covered so much today, right? The Garrett Crochet extension, who's making the call for the Patriots, and yeah, I will be doing a hunger strike for Rafi Devers. That son of a bitch better get a hit pretty damn soon. I'm already hungry thinking about it, and the hunger strike has not started yet. Anyway, I'm Cam Stewart. Zach Burke keeps us on the air. Some more Patriots news today, and some big ones. A big one, actually. Robert Kraft is finally caving. He's finally doing it. And the Patriots are going to put Bill Parcells in their team Hall of Fame. It was announced Tuesday morning. Classic Kraft, April 1st. Like, no, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. Bill Parcells is finally going in. This is long, long overdue. And we'll get to the beef they had in a minute. But let me start by saying this. Robert Kraft owes everything he has in the NFL to Bill Parcells. Because we can look back at the story is, the Patriots franchise, dead in the water, it was going to move, then Kraft buys the team, and then Bill Belichick leads him to the greatest dynasty of all time. But we skip a step in there. Because Bill Parcells, coming out of retirement to coach the Patriots, the lowly Patriots, is the saving grace for this franchise. It is the greatest thing that happened to him. Because, Belichick's obviously the greatest coach of all time, and Brady's the greatest player, and both those things are right up there, but they don't happen without Bill Parcells. That's why that's number one. Because when Parcells came in with whatever, James Orthwein owning the team, like, they were dog shit. They were nothing. They had no history. They were one of the worst teams in football. They played in a rundown stadium in the middle of nowhere. And here was, a guy who a few years ago was the best coach in the NFL. Picking it up and saying, yeah, I'll coach the Patriots. Excuse me? You're going to coach the Patriots? He makes the bold decision, which not a lot of people agreed with at the time, of picking Drew Bledsoe, number 1 overall, instead of Rick Mirer out of Notre Dame, because Rick Mirer ran a pro-style offense at Notre Dame. And he picked Drew Bledsoe, and instantly, the Patriots had credibility. Just by him signing on the dotted line, the Patriots were a brand new franchise. They still sucked for a little bit, but there was immediate intrigue, right? Bill Parcells is coaching this team. There was instantly a culture change in that locker room and in Foxboro, and really how the region viewed the Patriots and therefore how the league viewed the Patriots. And he comes in here, and in his second year, they win a playoff game. In his fourth year, they're in the freaking Super Bowl. People forget that one because they lost, but they were in the Super Bowl in 96. That is Bill Parcells. Now, the way it ended, not great. Not great, right? You never want your coach the week of the Super Bowl having phone interviews with a divisional rival to go be their head coach. And when Parcells leaves the Patriots to go coach the Jets, there is kind of that air of, that's just what we are. It's the time in history where the Patriots felt like the Jets. What the Jets have felt like the 30 years since, right? Of, you've got to be kidding me. We finally get some credibility. We get this guy, brings us to the Super Bowl. We're so damn close. And then he leaves at our greatest hour to go coach the Jets, to coach our rivals, who also sucked at the time. You've got to be kidding me. And there was all kinds of beef with Bob Kraft and Bill Parcells. You know, the famous line, if they want you to cook the dinner, they ought to let you shop for a few of the groceries. And honestly, that beef, this is how it all connects to the dynasty, by the way. This beef leads to the change in the Belichick era, right? In fact, Belichick was a hot candidate for the Patriots because he was a Parcells guy, and he came in as basically a volunteer secondaries coach in 96. And all those team leaders in the backfield, defensive backfield, Lawyer Malloy and Ty Law, loved him. Otis Smith, they loved him. And so they were the ones telling Kraft, this is the guy you got to get. You know, this is the next closest thing to Parcells. This is the guy you got to get. And that's why they get him, A. And B, he then runs the franchise within about a year of him taking over as head coach because Bob Kraft did not let Bill Parcells shop for the groceries. And he wasn't going to make that mistake again. So every modicum of success that the Patriots have somehow links back to Bill Parcells taking a huge stab in the dark in 92, 93 to come and coach this team and bring them instant legitimacy. And making the right calls in the draft. Okay, Terry Glenn, maybe a bit of a miss. But Drew Bledsoe, Ty Law, Lawyer Malloy, the undersized defensive end from Arizona that he turned into a linebacker, Teddy Bruschi, the unheralded receiver from Marshall, who became one of your most important players for the next decade, Troy Brown. All of these guys, Hall of Famer, Ty Law, Patriots Hall of Famer, Drew Bledsoe, all-pro quarterback, picks over Rick Mirer. The guy had a litany of these bold picks that worked absolutely perfectly. And they did a little video, the Patriots did. And Scott Zolak, who obviously played for Bill, was talking in it and talking about the instant legitimacy. And he said the greatest thing about Parcells is 53 guys on the roster, and it's changing all the time. It's changing every year. It's changing every week. And he knew how to push every single one of their buttons. That's why he is one of the 5 or 10 greatest coaches in the history of the NFL. And the Jets thing didn't go all that great. I mean, he did go to an AFC championship game with them, but he absolutely 1000% deserves to be in the Patriots Hall of Fame, and he deserved to be in the Patriots Hall of Fame years ago. So it's about time that Bob Kraft swallowed his pride and said, you know what? I wouldn't be looking at the second most valuable franchise in the NFL if it wasn't for Bill Parcells. It all links back to Parcells. Belichick becomes the head coach because he was assistant under Parcells and the D-backs loved him. Brady becomes the quarterback because Belichick really liked him. And because Brady's the quarterback, they start winning Super Bowls. Because of the success of Parcells, they have a new stadium. And because of the Super Bowls, they become the greatest dynasty in the history of sports. It all comes back to the big tuna. It is going to be an interesting interesting ceremony, I'll say that, when Kraft has to introduce him and give him, the bust and the blazer or whatever it is. I don't think Parcells is too warm to the Patriots organization or to Bob Kraft still, but he's the architect of that. Like, he planted the seeds of what became the greatest dynasty in the history of sports. So congrats to Bill Parcells, and a small congratulations to Bob Kraft for swallowing his pride and ending this beef, because it took way too damn long. And he's done that a couple of times. He had plenty of beef with Mike Vrabel, by the way, or at least Vrabel did with the Patriots organization. And he put him in the Hall of Fame, and now he's the head coach. So maybe, who knows, Bill Parcells come back, head coach, Patriots? Okay, probably not that. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. How long overdue was this? Are you happy to see Bill Parcells going into the Patriots Hall of Fame? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out the other videos that we have going on the channel, because it's all Boston sports talk every weekday, high noon Eastern time, live here on YouTube, and then wherever you get your podcasts. I'm your host, Cam Stewart. Zach Burke keeps us on the air. For everyone involved today, thank you, and we will see you tomorrow on a little ditty we like to call The Camp Show.
Transform your workspace with Hanomi Ergonomics. From adjustable chairs to standing desks, we provide solutions for comfort and productivity, whether at home or in the office. Improve your posture, reduce strain, and work smarter. Visit us at hanomi.co today. That's HINOMI.co today. Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internex. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internex.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today. Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com. Tusains, we understand that maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. That's why our mission is to make fitness accessible to everyone, anywhere. Committed to excellence, we adopt a user-centric approach guided by ergonomics and medical science. With a team of seasoned professionals in R&D, design, and manufacturing, we prioritize quality across our entire product line. Visit Tusains.com today and start your journey to better health. That's TOUSAINS.com.